from emerging markets for the rest of the year? Will we see a rebound? What's it going to take to get investors back?
We will see a rebound, but it may take a while to come through. We are fairly cautious in emerging markets. There's a number of reasons why they have sold off. One is that commodity prices have come down in the past 2 years. A lot of these markets export commodities like Russia, Brazil, South Africa, and because of the weakness in commodity prices, they've been hit. Global growth is slowing down. Europe has kind of impacted these markets quite a bit in terms of the exports to Europe, and so a lot of export-dependent markets like China and South Korea have slowed down.
I think it's interesting too. I'm sure when you have unrest in places like Brazil and of course Turkey, it also might give some investors a little pause.
It does, absolutely.
So that's the negative, but let's focus on the positive, because you have looked around and you do think there are some areas that might perform better. So what are some of your favorite spots right now?
We like some specific markets. For example, in Eastern Europe, because of the crisis in Western Europe, a lot of the markets sold off and became quite cheap. So we like, for example, Hungary, which is fairly valued, it's attractively valued, and also the currency there is somewhat undervalued. We also like Poland in Eastern Europe, which again is a cheap market, trading at a good valuation, to a very good dividend yield.
And what else?
In Asia, we like Thailand. It's one of those markets that's not very cheap, but it has strong momentum. In fact, it's one of the few markets where the GDP growth is being revised upwards as opposed to downwards. And also we like South Korea, which has sold off because of a number of reasons. One is the global growth is slowing down, they tend to be an exporter and they're getting hit. The yen became quite weak, and South Korea competes with Japan in terms of their exports, and so South Korea sold off. Now they benefit from the decline in commodity prices that I mentioned earlier, so they will benefit from that. The valuations are quite cheap, and so we expect Korea to do well.